Welcome to Aqualuna 73, a realm where intuition moves like water and the moon remembers every journey. Here the eyes of the soul open gently, catching whispers from the deep wells of time, shaped by ancient forces, from the quiet power of Ra to the bold spark of Rik, guiding us through the unseen. In this space, the cup's tarot flows with quiet wisdom, while quantum sparks rise from the black well of possibility. The zodiac hums softly, minnow small yet universe-wide, reminding us that even the smallest ripple in the pond can change everything. Some messages drift in like secret tides, echoing the mystery that readers have long explored, even in the hidden corners of Secret Tarot. This channel is a sanctuary for seekers, queens, wanderers, and those drawn to tarot readings that feel like conversations with destiny. Some messages arrive like secret tides, others like ancient hymns, all meant to guide you through each season of becoming. Here at Aqualuna 73, your spirit speaks and the cards answer. Please step through. Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna 73. We're going to do a Vedic moon tarot reading for Scorpio, and this is also the last reading for this batch. I'm going to be busy with other stuff, so I don't know when I'm going to load the other readings, non-zodiac sign readings. So anyway, thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel, who watches my content, who supports my channel. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I love you, and thank you for being here. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to use this Rider-Waite tarot deck. The background noise you might hear, that's my fan heater that's on. It's cold. Okay, I'm doing this reading at night, and it's Friday night and it's cold here. Anyway, let's continue. What lessons and messages do you have for my Scorpio moon collective for this Vedic astrology reading for my Scorpio moon collective? We're going to look at what energies I play for your Scorpio. The other thing I also want to mention, this is the last reading of the batch, but I don't want to say I'm going to change the way I do my readings. I've done it so many times, but it's more like some of the readings are going to be like in story form, okay? I'm going to see if I can create stories around the readings. Maybe people will resonate with it better, or I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we'll start with you, Scorpio, for this reading. Okay, I'm going to draw 3 cards first, and then we're going to discuss the energies at play for you, Vedic astrology energies at play for you, and how it's affecting you for June 2026. Okay, your first card is the 10 of Swords, second card is the King of Pentacles, and your third card is the Hermit. Okay, and now we're going to draw an oracle card. What oracle message do you have for the Scorpio moon collective for this Vedic astrology tarot reading? This is the card that just flipped out. My guides wanted me to pull another card, another oracle card. Okay, the Spiral Dancer. Okay, you got Camel Boy as an oracle card. It says here small steps and asking for help, and then the Spiral Dancer, courteous root and perception. So Scorpio moon, let's see. The download that I got for you when I meditated on your sign, Scorpio. I got I don't know, a lot of people watch The Lion King. There's the specific character, Scar, okay? He's played by Jeremy Irons, I think. I'm not sure, can't remember, but his name is Scar and he's like the villain in uh, the movie. And I don't know why, I think the universe is basically what I pick up here is that you are this character. But it doesn't mean because the universe showed me this character that there's some dark aspect within you, like there is in this character. Okay, it's a lion. And the movie also, you have to look at the movie, because a lion is known throughout the world for its strength, its resilience, the ability to survive. Okay, and you also, Scorpio. Okay, you have the ability, and you know yourself, you have the strength and the resilience and the ability to survive storms. Okay, things that would have broken other people, you basically survived this. And you, Scorpio moon, have wandered through dark marshes, okay, and shifting sands, and you have fought battles that no one saw. You carried wounds no one understood. And every time that life knocked you down, you got up again. And I think this is a month also of remembrance for you, to remember who you are, okay? It's almost like survival. Like I said, every time life knocked you down, you rose again. Somewhere along the way, Scorpio moon, survival has become your identity. This is what I pick up with the Ten of Swords. Survival has become your identity. And because survival has become your identity, this is what I pick up with this camel boy, the small steps. It's a stunted energy, okay? I don't know what your experiences are. This is for Scorpio Moon Collective. It's not going to resonate with everyone. You no longer remembered what it felt like to walk around without armor, okay? But this June 2026, okay, with Jupiter, which is also known as Guru. The Guru are in Vedic astrology, the planet that is also known as the Guru. Okay, it's also represented by Sagittarius energy, which is a fire sign energy. You can say, excuse me, sorry. You can say the arrival of Jupiter is like the arrival of the golden teacher, okay? The teacher of destiny. I think this is what this presents. Jupiter is presented today by the spiral dancer. Okay, so courteous, root, and perception. It's like, I don't know if you've ever being out on an excursion like a picnic, or just a day where you spend out in nature and went hiking, or just had a picnic by the river or at a picnic spot. Okay, you get these, in Afrikaans they call it a warrelwind. Okay, I don't know what you call it in English, but it's like it's the wind. Okay, but it's very small, and it's almost like a mini tornado. Okay, but it's just like a spiraling wind, but it's very small. Okay, I would say it's like a miniature tornado. You can actually see it. It's not big. It's very, I don't know if you ever seen something like that, but okay. And it just scoops up a load of maybe leaves or something and just blows it away. This is this energy, this Jupiter energy. It doesn't come with words, okay? It's illuminating something. It's like some type of lighthouse. You see this hermit? He's holding a lantern. It's like some type of lighthouse, okay? In the distance. A place maybe. It's almost like you've walked past this place. I'm going to make an example. Say you've walked past this place for years, but you've never noticed it, okay? And you've never entered it. Sometimes you can live for years in a specific location, and there are certain attractions like tourist attractions, and you've never actually been to these places, okay? But something inside of you is stirring, Scorpio moon. Because for years you've been focused on, like I said, survival modes, on immediate dangers, avoiding certain things, okay, betrayals, protecting yourself, managing crises, okay. What lessons and messages do you have for my Scorpio moon collective for this reading? Okay. Okay, so you got the Three of Wands, the Hierophant, and the World card. And now we're going to draw an Oracle card. Like I said, you've been avoiding crises, you've been in survival mode, you've been protecting yourself, okay, enduring hardships. But something, you're being called to something bigger with this Hierophant. This person here is staring out in the horizon. You feel you're being called, okay? This person is seeing a calling. They feel a pull towards something. It's pulling you towards something bigger with this Hierophant and this World card. Travel. Oh, wow. This is amazing. It's almost like I said, you've passed this lighthouse for years. You've never stepped into this lighthouse. And now you're being beckoned, okay, to this lighthouse. It's like this lighthouse is the universe beckoning you to change direction. And you're basically in this lighthouse. And this lighthouse is calling you towards something bigger. And you're climbing this winding steps, okay? And even while you're climbing these steps, Scorpio moon, it's like you, with every step that you take towards the up in the staircase, as you walk upwards towards the lighthouse, the light up in the tower, I would say, where the light is, With each step, something is being revealed to you. You gain a new perspective on something. And from the top, when you finally reach the top, you can finally see the coastline of your entire life. Okay, like an eagle's view. It's almost like you're stepping out of your own life and you're observing it from a bystander's perspective. And for the first time, you understand you will realize and you will understand that all the storms that you had to go through, okay, this 10 of swords, all the storms that you feel you were cursed with, okay, in life, it was actually redirections. It's basically the universe redirected you in some other direction. It's basically the universe trying to protect you from something, okay? I'm going to make an example. Just hold on a second. I just want to put off the fan heater. It's getting too hot now. Okay. Like I said, you being redirected away from something. The storms that you went through in life was a redirection. It was the universe or God that was trying to protect you, okay, from maybe yourself, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. I watched a video the other day. I love to watch these videos of people living on the road in RVs, and they basically travel the country with their pets, okay. And there was this man, he was going camping with his dog, and he and his dog went for a walk. It was his first time at the specific camping site near the mountains, and his dog refused to go down that road. And the more he tugged on the dog's leash to go down the specific road, he was typing this because he has a YouTube channel. He sees his dog refuse to walk down that road, and he decided eventually to turn around. And eventually, I don't know, there was some type of wild animal that was found on that specific road later on by other people, okay. That was, I think it was a bear or something. So sometimes the universe redirects you, okay. The universe uses people, the universe uses situations to redirect you, to save you from something more catastrophic, for that matter, okay. And now you begin to see the purpose behind everything. And where you once saw punishment, you see purpose now, okay. And it basically is a gift. It was like Jupiter's gift. And Jupiter's gift is perspective, okay. Jupiter's gift is perspective. A lot of people see Jupiter as a planet of luck, but Jupiter is also a light bringer. It brings wisdom, okay. And in your case, it brings perspective, the realization that life had begun, or God has been guiding your steps all along, okay. Not all of these forces that you experienced, Scorpio moon, was gentle, okay. because there's Saturn as well. Saturn is like a mist-covered lake, an ancient guardian, old and patient, and impossible to deceive. And while you're standing the Scorpio moon at the top of the lighthouse, you're gazing down, okay, and you're dreaming of your future. And then Saturn comes. It's like Saturn is emerging from the water, okay. And the sense that I get here from something like emerging from the water is a sense of fear. Maybe these Saturn is going to touch on some hidden fears, okay. It's almost like Saturn is asking, before you sail, this guardian, Saturn guardian, is asking you, tell me, what's still weighing upon your heart? And you're hesitating, okay. And you're basically discovering that this truth, the truth beneath the strength, is basically disappointments. You are a very strong person, okay, but the truth is, beneath the strength lived disappointments, disappointments that you haven't fully faced yet, okay. And in order for you to move into a direction, you need to face this either with therapy, journaling, yoga, some type of spiritual practice. And it's going to cost you to, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you mental breakdown, in the sense that you have to be honest with yourself. And not a lot of people are willing to sit with their own emotions, willing to admit to certain things, willing to face the shadow side of themselves, okay. Because the Saturn is basically, the Saturn energy is represented by the old things, okay, old things that you need to overcome, abandoned dreams that you never realized, creative gifts that you kept hidden, okay, your fears of being vulnerable. Saturn is not here to give you comfort. Saturn is basically at the type of energy that strips you naked and forces you to face these inner wounds, okay. You being, basically Saturn is like handing you a mirror and forcing you to look at yourself. And the mirror is basically showing you every place where you settled for less, when you should have, you settled for less, and you should, and you deserved more, basically, okay. This is what it's showing you. I'm going to draw another. This travel, I think it's just inner travel, okay. It's an inner journey. You got the Four of Cups, you have the Moon card, and then you have the Emperor. Whoa, wow, this is amazing. Okay. From King to Emperor, you have a lot of major arcanas here, okay. For those of you who don't know what major arcana is, when you get a lot of major arcana lessons, it means it's inevitable lessons, things that you cannot walk away from. Everybody has to face it. Okay, everybody has to go. The Hermit is a major arcana. The Emperor is a major arcana. The Moon, the World, the Hierophant is major arcana. Okay, so you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas here. Okay, so the Artist, the Artist. Where's the cards? Okay, so you got the Emperor, the Moon, and what was the other card? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Is it this card? Right, it was that card. I think so. Basically, the Saturn energy, okay, with this card, is showing you all the relationships that you kept or kept a grip on. You held on to these relationships out of fear. It's showing you every dream that you postponed, every joy that you sacrificed, okay, for obligation. This vision that you're going to have, it's going to hurt, but it's honest, okay, and it's some honesty that you have to face. This is the reality of Saturn. The other thing that I also pick up for you with this Artist and this Moon, the inner landscape of yourself, okay, the veiled inner landscape, the mystery of your sanctuary, the walls of your sanctuary. The walls of your sanctuary is being shifted, or is going to shift, okay? It's going to disappear. And I don't know why this is coming to mind. Oh my gosh, I don't know why this is coming to mind. I'm having a download now. I used to watch a lot of documentaries on supernatural stuff and so forth. And there was a documentary on YouTube that I watched. It's also people that disappeared strangely. They were never found, or strange things like people who saw Bigfoot or ghosts, and when they went on hikes. But this specific thing was a couple. They didn't have kids. The woman was a teacher. The man was a lumber man. He was a woodcutter or something to that effect. But it's a very ancient old story, but I think it's fictional. It's not true. But basically, it's speaking about this woman was very intelligent. She loved to read a lot. I think she was a math teacher. And her husband used to go away from home for long periods at a time. And he came home, and after a while that he was away for a week or two, and everything was normal. And one day, the next day, he went to work again, and he came home, and she wasn't there. And she was basically left, the morning he left, she was like sitting in the chair knitting, and journal was close to her, and everything was left the way he left her that morning. and he was looking all over for her and he couldn't find her. So she basically disappeared, and they looked for her everywhere. They sent out search parties. They even wanted to send out dogs, but for some or other reason, these dogs didn't want to go on the specific trail. They were afraid. I don't know if there was because of the supernatural aspect to this thing. And this man started to see strange things happening in the house. Okay, it's almost like the walls started to talk to him, and he experienced like he could hear his wife's voice, but it was like it was distant. But to make a long story short, what they've concluded, or the people that were studying these supernatural things, is that this woman discovered another type of 5D dimension that she entered. Okay, I don't know how, because there was a lot of scribbling. I don't know if it was mathematical stuff. And eventually her husband joined her and he left a note. Okay, and in this note he said he went there and he came back, and he went back to his wife where she is in this dimension. And he says this dimension is between this specific dimension that they are in, is between dimensions, and it's like a void. Okay, so I'm not sure why I'm getting this download, but what I'm getting here, it's like the walls of your inner sanctuary is disappearing, or it's shifting. Okay, and it's disappearing. Old rooms are disappearing, new doors are reappearing where none have existed before. Okay, that's basically almost like the shadow travelers, which is Rahu and Ketu. Okay, they are the energies that are responsible for these shifting of these doors and these walls, and the doors reappearing where they, or doors appearing where there were none. Basically, Rahu and Ketu, they are here to rearrange foundations. Memories are going to resurface as well. Okay, family patterns, certain family patterns are going to become visible. Old identities that no longer fit you with this emperor. It's almost like this dissolving and appearing and reappearing, disappearing of walls and reappearing of doors and stuff like that. It's almost like an old identity that no longer fits. A title that you once wore proudly, okay, like a survivor. I'm a survivor title. But now this title, okay, say for instance, the survivor title was the King of Pentacles. This survivor title is becoming too small for you, okay? You're beginning to feel that this title is too small, you want more. But it was a title that protected you. And you basically changing. Your inner sanctuary, your house is changing because you are changing. And this new structure, the one that's awaiting you, with this world card, this emperor, this travel also, it's basically, it's too small and it can't fit inside this new, I mean, the new structure cannot fit into the small structure, okay? The small structure was the one that you used to have. And you need to journey beyond this mental horizon that you created for yourself. Like, this mental horizon that you created for yourself, like, was like the type of a boundary, but you created it for yourself, okay? It was not anyone that said you can't or cannot do this. You told yourself this. It's almost like, and this is what I see now, you are going to journey beyond the horizon. It's like you stood there in the lighthouse in the evening, and you noticed ships appearing in the horizon. Some of these ships, they carry teachers like this, Emperor and Hierophant, they carry teachers. Others carried opportunities, travel, world God, okay. Opportunities you never could have imagined. And this is still going to happen, okay. And years ago, maybe there were instances that the same type of opportunities made the appearance, but you didn't notice it, you missed it or something. Now it's different. It's like you were fearful in the past, okay? You're no longer frightened. Something is different now. The unknown basically is exciting to you now with this world card. It's almost like this light. It's almost like a child that's afraid of the dark. Jupiter is the light. Jupiter is like a child that wants to sleep with the light on in their room because of the imaginary monster that they feel is hiding behind the curtains or under their bed. And as soon as their mom or their dad appears and shines a light, they see, no. It's almost like that Monsters Inc. story of the kids that were scared of monsters, okay? Jupiter basically lit the way for you, showing you your fears are imaginary. Your destiny is not behind you, it's ahead of you. This is what's showing you. Midway through June, there might be experience, or it says travel here, okay? I think this traveler, it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to represent an individual. It can be an individual that you talk to, someone you know, and you just have a very casual conversation with this individual. And while you're having this conversation with this individual, you have these epiphanies, realizations, okay, light bulb moments. And it's almost like this energy is asking you a simple question: what do you really want? What do you seek? And years before this specific moment, you might have answered, okay, I seek passion, I seek excitement, I seek intensity. But after you were handed this mirror by Saturn and Jupiter's light illuminated things for you, your own answer is going to surprise you, okay? Because it's going to be different. When you answer that question now, somebody asks you now, you're going to say, maybe I seek the truth, okay? And this is also something that's going to be something that's basically, what is the correct word? It makes your guides happy, okay, your spirit guides. That you're making them smile, because this truth is basically the doorway to an everlasting connection with the divine that's going to lead you. And once, Scorpio, your heart chooses truth, you are going to become one of the most powerful forces in existence if you allow this, okay? If you do the work. I'm going to draw another few cards. I'm going to draw last few cards, and then we're going to conclude this reading. My kids are making a noise inside. My son is singing. Okay, you've got the 8 of coins, you have the Judgment, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles. This Judgment is speaking of a turning point, okay? When the month, when the month is drawing to its end, which is June, when it's drawing to its end, you're going to go, it's almost like that lighthouse is your, like I said, it's your, could also represent your inner sanctuary, and you're going to return to this lighthouse. And you're going to see, when you stand up there and you ascended the stairs, you're going to see the storms are still there. It hasn't vanished. The sea is still stormy. The sea is still vast. The future basically is still uncertain, but something fundamentally changed, okay? You're no longer going to see life as an endless battle. You're going to see it as a journey. The armor that you once wore and felt so heavy, you're basically going to have the courage to put it down. You're going to be strong enough to put it aside. Basically, this June 2026, Scorpio, it's not about receiving rewards. And usually, this is something that I noticed, okay, is how easily people click on YouTube videos when it's speaking about you're going to get money, you're going to receive this, you're going to win a car, you're going to win the lottery, you're going to do this or that. Okay, this is none of that. This is not receiving rewards. This is about remembering who you are beyond the wounds, okay, beyond survival, beyond your struggle. Because I always tell my kids, just look at the type of people that are successful in life. They become very wealthy individuals. And this is not like being derogatory or mean, okay? But it's not about how smart you are. You have to be a certain, you have to at least know how to subtract and multiply and stuff like that, okay? So what I mean in read and write, what I mean is you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You have to be the most emotionally intelligent person in the room. You have to know when to walk away from arguments, when things should be left alone, when you shouldn't argue, when you should put your energy towards something, and when you should withdraw it. Because emotional intelligence is what's keeping you alive and sound and mentally stable in this chaotic world, okay? You basically have to be a very discerning, emotionally intelligent individual to serve this world. And I don't need to tell you why. Look at the world. Look at the people living in the world. Okay. And basically, you're not going to just, you're realizing for the first time in many years, it's not merely about enduring things, okay? You're prepared to follow your destiny. And this is what it is. It's about courage, okay? And the sea, I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm seeing like the sea is opening. Like in the Bible, the passage, it's almost like the sea opening a path for you. Wow, this is amazing. I love this reading. This is really, really, really beautiful. I'm going to draw a final oracle card. What last message do you have, my Scorpio collective, for this moon reading? This is a beautiful reading. If you allow this, if you really, really allow this dark, it's almost like a dark night of the soul. The Desert Prince, survival, false promises. Okay. I don't know what this, you are going to basically step out of this. Okay. You're going to step out of this Desert Prince energy into a Emperor energy. Okay. From a prince to a king to an emperor. Anyway, this is your reading for today, Scorpio Moon. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much and I love you. Bye.